warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining the midday news on BCOS television. I am Oluwa Fumbi Bello. President Bola Tinubu will meet with his United States counterpart, Donald Trump, in the coming days to discuss allegations of a Christian genocide in Nigeria. The special advisor to the president on policy communication, Mr. Daniel Bwala, confirmed the planned meeting, noting that both leaders share a commitment to combating insecurity and terrorism. In a statement, Bwala said both presidents have shared an interest in the fight against insurgency and all forms of terrorism against humanity. He added that the meeting could take place either at the State House in Abuja or at the White House in Washington, D.C., depending on scheduling and diplomatic arrangement. The announcement follows President Trump's recent remarks accusing the Nigerian government of ignoring attacks on Christians, a claim that has drawn widespread reactions at home and abroad. Mr. Bwala defended the government's record, highlighting the Tinubu's administration's effort in tackling insecurity across the country. He also acknowledged Trump's past support for Nigeria in the fight against terrorism. Meanwhile, the alleged coup attempt underscores the urgent need for a robust response to Nigeria's security challenges. It is imperative that the government demonstrates the necessary political will on security and takes decisive action to address the underlying issues fueling insecurity, thereby restoring stability. A retired intelligence officer, Fatai Akinsomi Esquire, and former chairman of Ranao Oyo State Chapter, Colonel Adebayo Ajayi, retired, shared their insight while discussing the topic, alleged coup attempt matters arising, while fielding questions on the BCOS Current Affairs Breakfast Program, AM 120. Our reporter, Fidora Afolagoye, who monitored the program, files in the details.
Nigeria's alleged coup attempt has sparked widespread concern, as it was reported in the media that 42 military officers have been detained over plots to overthrow President Bola Tinubu's government. Investigations reveal an alleged complex web of financiers and co-conspirators. According to media reports, arrests and probes continue, leaving many questions unanswered about the plot's origin and implication for the country's stability. Discussing the topic on the BCOS Current Affairs Breakfast Live television program, AM 120, a retired intelligence officer, Fatai Akinsomi Esquire, lamented that it is disheartening that Nigeria remains insufficiently security conscious, noting that with its large population, the country is severely under-policed. He pointed out that while the perpetrators of the coup attempt could be anyone, their ultimate aim is undoubtedly to gain control of the government.
Well, a lot of things might be responsible for some people to come on board and say they are planning coup. One, if they are the opinion that their interest is not captured by the present regime. Two, if they are the opinion, yes, that they too want to rule Nigeria, probably from whichever side. And lastly, if they are opinion that their economy is being threatened by the presence of the land, I will not say like that one cannot be lastly. So then,
on the same program, a former chairman of Ranao Oyo State Chapter, Colonel Adebayo Ajayi, retired, attributed the causes of coup to various factors, but emphasized that politicians are often to blame due to their dissatisfaction. He cited nationalistic sentiment and lust for power, among other factors, as reasons that can trigger coup, noting that regardless of the justification, the ultimate motivation is often self-serving and detrimental to the country's well-being.
There are some also that are just flimsy, just because we want to satisfy ego. We want to bring up, but we want to continue to rule, like that one of Dimka. That was just say we want to rule. We just want our people to be there. We want to maintain the status quo where we have our own ethnic
people who have been displaced. We want them to come back so that we can continue to enjoy all the goodies of the government. That was what led to Jim Carter coup, because they wanted to bring back General Gowon.
They jointly called on the government and relevant stakeholders to make security a top priority, stressing that a secure Nigeria would pave the way for progress and stability in all other areas. Fidora Afolagwe, BCOS News.
The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has announced the arrest of a music artist, Guts Power Judge, popularly known as Teddy Boy. He was allegedly attempting to receive a consignment of smuggled illicit drugs from the United States for his manager in the Lekki area of Lagos State. This is just as the agency said it discovered an illicit drug laboratory in the Ajao area of Lagos. The agency spokesperson, Femi Babafemi, in a statement, added that following months of intelligence gathering after a freshly cooked colors was intercepted, a clandestine laboratory where Colorado was being produced in large quantities was uncovered, while the suspected owner of the laboratory was arrested. The face-off between the federal government and the National Association of Resident Doctors, NARD, has intensified following a dispute over the actual amount released to settle outstanding arrears owed to health workers. Although the government claims to have released 11.995 billion naira to ease the ongoing nationwide strike, NARD insists that its members across 91 hospitals will not return to work until all 19 of their demands are met. NARD President Dr. Mohammed Sulaiman argued that the amount paid by the federal government is far below what it owed. He said that while the Ministry of Finance had indeed begun processing payment under the Consolidated Medical Salary Structure, CONMES, and the Consolidated Health Salary Structure, CONHES, the total amount due to doctors stands at 48 billion naira, not 41 billion naira as claimed by the federal government. Across the country, the strike has disrupted hospital operations, leaving thousands of patients stranded. Meanwhile, the federal government has signed a strategic partnership agreement with the European Union, EU, and the France under the Global Gateways Manufacturing and Access to Vaccines, Medicines and Health Technologies initiatives. The 44-month project will be implemented in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, the National Institute for Pharmaceutical Research and Development, and other local partners. The project, named Quality Uplift for Advancing Local Industry and Medicine Standards, aimed to bolster Nigeria's pharmaceutical ecosystem. The EU ambassador to Nigeria and ECOWAS, Gautier Mignot, during the signing ceremony at the just concluded Nigeria-EU Health Investment Forum in Abuja, emphasized the importance of this collaboration. The Nigerian Education Loan Fund, NEL Fund, has revealed that applications for the Federal Student Loan Scheme have surpassed 1 million. The Director of Strategic Communications at NEL Fund, Oseyemi Oluwatuyi, in a statement, said the milestone was achieved in less than a year after the scheme's launch on May 24, 2024. According to NEL Fund, more than 116 billion naira has been disbursed to students in universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education across the country, covering both tuition and upkeep allowances aimed at easing the financial burden on learners. The agency's managing director, Mr. Akintunde Sawyer, attributed the success of the initiative to President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, which prioritizes inclusive access to education. The Kano State Executive Council has approved more than 8.2 billion naira for a series of projects targeted at revitalizing education, strengthening water supply, and enhancing energy efficiency across the state. The governor's spokesperson, Sanusi Bature, in a statement announced that the decision was reached during the council's 33rd meeting presided over by Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf. According to Bature, over 4.9 billion naira was allocated for key education sector interventions aimed at boosting infrastructure, improving learning standards, and expanding access to quality education. The project includes the phase 2 renovation of Government Technical College, Ngogo, settlement of outstanding debts, and production of instructional materials. You can reach us on GoTV, channel 134 and channel 113 on Star Times. And now before I go, security is everyone's business. When you see something, be sure to say something. And that ends the midday news. Thank you for staying with us. Good afternoon.
ìpèníjà ètò ààbò lórílẹ̀‐èdè nàìjíríà. Ó ti fojú hàn báyìí pé ìjọba nílò láti gbé ìgbésẹ̀ kan mọ́ńkíá lórí ipò tí ètò ààbò wà nílẹ̀ yìí láì fi ọ̀rọ̀ òṣèlú ṣe kí ó sì dá àlàáfíà padà sórílẹ̀‐èdè nàìjíríà. Òṣìṣẹ́ ìròyìn ọ̀tẹlẹ̀múyẹ́ tó ti fẹ̀yìntì Fatai Akínsanmi àti alága tẹ́lẹ̀ fún ẹgbẹ́ Ràlàó nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ajagunfẹ̀yìntì Adébáyọ̀ Àjàyí fèrò hàn lásìkò tí wọ́n kópa lórí ètò orí tẹlifíṣàn iléeṣẹ́ wa AM 120. Akọ̀ròyìn wa Fìdóra Afọlágbáyé ṣàkójọpọ̀ ìròyìn. Àlàyé rèé, ẹ bá mi ká lọ.
Àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí ti ń kọminú lórí ìdìtẹ̀gbàjọba tí wọ́n gbèrò rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú bí ọwọ́ ṣe tẹ àwọn lọ́gàálọ́gàá ọmọ ológun 42 èyí tí wọ́n gbà lérò láti jájọba gbà lọ́wọ́ Tinubu. Ìwádìí fi hàn pé àwọn lókọlókọ láwùjọ ni wọ́n wà nídìí ìgbésẹ̀ náà bí iṣẹ́ ìwádìí ṣe ń tẹ̀síwájú tí ọwọ́ sì ń tẹ àwọn tó bá lọ́wọ́ nínú rẹ̀. Àwọn ọmọ ilẹ̀ yìí ti ń béèrè ohun tó lè ṣokùnfà èròǹgbà ìdìtẹ̀gbàjọba náà àti àkóbá tó ní lórí ìdúró orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Nígbà tó kópa lórí ètò orí tẹlifíṣàn iléeṣẹ́ wa AM 120, òṣìṣẹ́ ọ̀tẹlẹ̀múyẹ́ tó ti fẹ̀yìntì Fatai Akínsanmi gbarata lórí ipò tí ètò ààbò orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà wà tí kò sì sí ààbò tó péye fún àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí. Ó ní àfojúsùn àwọn tó gbèrò ìdìtẹ̀gbàjọba náà ní láti jájọba gbà kí wọ́n sì máa ṣàkóso.
ẹlòmíràn tóun náà kópa lórí ètò títún ṣe alága tẹ́lẹ̀ fún ẹgbẹ́ ranao ẹ̀ka ti ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ ajagunfẹ̀yìntì adébáyọ̀ ajayi ní onírúurú nǹkan ló lè ṣokùnfà ìdìtẹ̀gbàjọba àmọ́ ó ní àwọn olóṣèlú ní ọ̀rọ̀ náà gbèrú jù nítorí àìnítẹ́lọ́rùn ó tọ́ka sí ìfẹ́kùfẹ́ agbára àtàwọn nǹkan mìíràn gẹ́gẹ́ bí ohun tó lè ṣokùnfà ìdìtẹ̀gbàjọba ó fi kún pé ìwà ìmọ̀tara ẹni nìkan látọ̀dọ̀ àwọn olóṣèlú ló ń ṣàtọ́nà rẹ̀ wọ́n wá ké síjọba àtàwọn ìkàn tọ́rọ̀ gbèrú pé kí wọ́n mú ọ̀rọ̀ ètò ààbò lọ́kùnkúndùn wọ́n tẹnumọ́ pé orílẹ̀-èdè tí àlàáfíà bá ti ń jọba ní ìlọsíwájú lè rẹ́sẹ̀ wálẹ̀. Dámilọ́lá Owólabí ló ń ròyìn fún iléeṣẹ́ BCOS. Àjọ tó ń gbógun ti ìlòkulò oògùn àti egbògi olóró NDLEA ti kéde pé ọwọ́ ti tẹ gbajúgbajà olórin ní Godspa George Osaheruwe tọ́pọ̀ èèyàn mọ̀ sí Steady Boy yìí ni wọ́n rí pé ó fẹ́ lọ gba oògùn olóró tí wọ́n fi ránṣẹ́ sí ọ̀gá rẹ̀ láti ilẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà lágbègbè Lẹ́kì nípínlẹ̀ Èkó èyí wáyé lẹ́yìn tí àjọ NDLEA jòdì mímọ̀ pé òun ṣàwárí ibùdó àyẹ̀wò oògùn olóró ní agbègbè Àjàó Estate nípínlẹ̀ Èkó alárinà àjọ NDLEA Fẹ́mi Babáfẹ́mi nínú àtẹ̀jáde tó fi síta lẹ́yìn oṣù díẹ̀ tí wọ́n rí ìròyìn ọ̀tẹlẹ̀múyẹ́ gbọ́ nípa egbògi olóró kolos níbùdó àyẹ̀wò náà tí wọ́n ti ń pèlò rẹ̀ lọ́pọ̀ ní ọwọ́ ti tẹ ẹni tó ní ibùdó àyẹ̀wò ọ̀hún. Ìfàǹfà láàrin ìjọba àpapọ̀ àti ẹgbẹ́ àwọn dókítà tó ń kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kún iṣẹ́ náà ṣì ń tẹ̀síwájú lẹ́yìn awuyewuye tó wáyé lórí owó tíjọba ní òun yọ̀ǹda láti san àjẹ́lẹ̀ owó oṣù àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ elétò ìlera náà bí ó tilẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ìjọba sọ pé òun san owó tó lé ní bílíọ̀nù 11 náírà láti lè jẹ́ kí wọ́n tún èrò wọn pa nípa ìyanṣẹ́lódì ọ̀hún àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ náà ti fàáké kọrí tí wọ́n sì ní àwọn ò ní padà sẹ́nu iṣẹ́ òun láwọn ilé ìwòsàn 1,190 tó wà àyíká ilẹ̀ yìí láì bá jẹ́ pé ìjọba àpapọ̀ wá ojútùú sí nǹkan 19 tó ń béèrè fún ààrẹ ẹgbẹ́ náà dókítà Mohammed Usman Suleiman sọ pé owó tíjọba yọ̀ǹda náà kéré jọjọ sí owó tó jẹ wọ́n ó ṣàlàyé pé iléeṣẹ́ ètò ìṣúná ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbé ìgbésẹ̀ láti sanwó náà ó ní owó tíjọba jẹ wọ́n ní bílíọ̀nù 52 náírà kì í ṣe bílíọ̀nù 41 náírà yíká ilẹ̀ yìí ìyanṣẹ́lódì náà ti dá ìṣọwọ́ ṣiṣẹ́ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ elétò ìlera dúró tí àwọn aláìsàn sì ń kérora. Ẹ̀wẹ̀ ìjọba àpapọ̀ ti fọwọ́ sí àdéhùn láàrin àjọ ilẹ̀ aláwọ̀ funfun EU àti orílẹ̀-èdè France lábẹ́ ojú inú pípèsè abẹ́rẹ́ àjẹsára àti oògùn lágbàáyé iṣẹ́ àkànṣe olóṣù 44 náà yóò fẹsẹ̀ múlẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àjọṣepọ̀ ilé-iṣẹ́ ètò ìlera àti ìdẹ̀rùn aráàlú tó fi mọ́ ilé-iṣẹ́ tó ń pèsè oògùn lábẹ́lé iṣẹ́ àkànṣe náà ló wà fún ṣíṣe àgbélárugẹ àwọn ilé-iṣẹ́ tó ń pèsè oògùn lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà aṣojú ilẹ̀ EU lórílẹ̀‐èdè wa Nàìjíríà Gautier Magnot tẹnumọ́ pàtàkì àjọṣepọ̀ náà. Àjọ tó ń rí sí ọ̀rọ̀ owó ìrànwọ́ fétò ẹ̀kọ́ nílẹ̀ yìí NELFund ti jẹ́ ó di mímọ̀ pé àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ìjọba àpapọ̀ tó ti forúkọ sílẹ̀ fún ètò owó ìyá náà ti lé ní mílíọ̀nù kan olùdarí ẹ̀ka ìròyìn lájọ NELFund Ọ̀sẹ́yẹmí Olúwatúyì nínú àtẹ̀jáde tó fi síta sọ pé àṣeyọrí yìí wáyé láàrin ọdún kan tí wọ́n ṣíde ètò ọ̀hún lọ́jọ́ 24 oṣù karùn-ún ọdún tó kọjá gẹ́gẹ́ bí àjọ NELFund ṣe wí owó tó lé ní 50 mílíọ̀nù náírà ni wọ́n ti pín fún àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ fásitì ilé ẹ̀kọ́ poli àtàwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ olùkọ́ni àgbà ní tìbútòrò ilẹ̀ yìí àfojúsùn owó ìyá náà ní láti mú ìdẹ̀rùn bá àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lẹ́nu ẹ̀kọ́ wọn ọ̀gá àgbà àjọ náà Akíntúndé Sọ́yà ní àṣeyọrí náà kò sẹ́yìn ojú inú ìrètí ìsọdọ̀tun ààrẹ Bọ́lá Tinubu èyí tó mú ètò ẹ̀kọ́ lọ́kùnkúndùn. Ẹ̀wẹ̀ ìgbìmọ̀ aláṣẹ ìpínlẹ̀ Kánò ti fọwọ́ sí owó tó lé ní bílíọ̀nù 8 náírà fún ọ̀kan-ò-jọ̀kan iṣẹ́ àkànṣe èyí tó wà fún àgbéǹde ẹ̀ka ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ìpèsè omi tó mọ́ gara àti ìdúróore náà ọba yíká ilẹ̀ náà akọ̀wé fétò ìròyìn gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Kánò Sanusi Bature nínú àtẹ̀jáde tó fi síta kéde pé wọ́n fẹnu kò bẹ́ẹ̀ níbi ìpàdé 43 ìgbìmọ̀ náà èyí tí gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Kánò Abba Kabir Yusuf darí gẹ́gẹ́ bí Bature ṣe wí owó tó dídẹ̀ ní bílíọ̀nù 5 náírà ni wọ́n yà sọ́tọ̀ fún ìpèsè àwọn ìlú amáyédẹrùn lẹ́ka ètò ẹ̀kọ́ lára àwọn iṣẹ́ àkànṣe náà ni iṣẹ́ àtúnṣe ilé ẹ̀kọ́ olùkọ́ni àgbà Ngogo sísan àwọn gbèsè tó wà ńlẹ̀ tó fi mọ́ pínpín àwọn ìlò ìkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ àtàwọn nǹkan mìíràn. láti túnbọ̀ jẹ̀gbádùn ìròyìn tó ń jáde nílé iṣẹ́ wa táwọn ìròyìn mẹ́wẹ̀ẹ́ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí ẹ̀rọ GoTV ní ìkànnì 144 àti lórí ẹ̀rọ Star Times ní ìkànnì 113 kí n tó parí ìròyìn yìí tí gbogbo wa ní ọ̀rọ̀ ètò ààbò jẹ́ nítorí náà ẹ jẹ́ ká máa sọ̀rọ̀ síta tá a bá ti rí nǹkan. Ìròyìn ọjọ́ kan rí fún tásìkò yìí kò ní jù báyìí lọ. Ẹ pàdé wa láago 3:15 táwọn máa mú ìròyìn ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ wá fún yín títí ìgbà náà ẹ ṣé tẹ́ ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa.